Over here, Hunter. It's me, Arthur. Over here, Hunter. It's me, Ahu. Over here, Hunter. It's me, Ahu.
You went and whisked Willie back to Wally. Wow. Whip out your wallet and wing a bit of gold my way, and I'll wow you in return. This well wishes to work his magic. What would you like to wish, our most willing friend? Decide how much you're willing to spare, and I'll will you something wondrous in accordance. I wish you well.
Oh, Walter! Walter, look! Our wanderer has returned.
I admit I was snatched by the wild me. You went and whisked Willie back to Wally. Wow. I wish you well.
spell appears to have failed. The spell appears to have failed. It doesn't seem to work here. It doesn't seem to work here.
tough knights, are you? All you need's a bit of special blood and a fancy piece of paper to make 'em easy to stick.
Careful! I've spotted a trap. Look out! I see a trap nearby.
You there! You look neither like an immaculate nor a death knight. And that means you're an intruder. Or by rights, I shall kill you where you stand.
Heard any good tales, my friend?
Hold! Our enemies have laid a trap. Careful now, that's a trap.
You there! You look neither like an immaculate nor a death knight. And that means you're an intruder. Or by rights, I shall kill you where you stand. No. No, you couldn't.
Sweet relief!
the seven!
I'm drenched. Look out! I see a trap nearby.
Careful! I've spotted a trap.
All the way to my pretzels!
Look out! I see a trap nearby. All the way to my boot soles. This must lead to the inner ruins.
The massive gate bars the way quite decisively. The heavy door doesn't give way to any pressure applied. A rune in the center appears to be its only obvious feature. The rune grows warmer. It reacts to the sound of your voice. As you speak, Sadakandras, the door's inner workings begin clicking into place. Lo and behold, with the screeching sound of 1,000 goblins hissing, the door opens.
A stitch of time, eh, my friends?
On the mend! Dark armors? Tenebrium? This must be where the Death Knights are made!
This must be the heart of the Immaculate's operation.
let this temple become your grave. A prettier casket I can't give you.
Definitely. Without a way to make them vulnerable, we stand no chance against these monstrosities.
We can't fight them, but perhaps we can outrun them. From the looks of it, we're still in the underground temple.
Then we're not out of the woods yet.
I wish it was the woods we were in.
Traveler, my heart does leap. To the crypt I'm glad to bring you, or the high priest's office, if it please you. Traveler, my heart does leap. Away, away, we'll fly away. The high priest's office, oh, I shudder. I hope you've said bye to your mother. Away, away, we fly away.
In the midst of such chaos.
Careful, comrade. I think I sense...
My eyes on the prize. Someone's developed plans for a scepter of command. Perhaps that's how Leandra keeps these Death Knights under control. It doesn't seem to work. It doesn't seem to work here. It doesn't seem to work here.
Choice is never wisest. Considerations will behove you. The crypt or library, both may move you. A hurried choice is never wisest. Away, away, we fly away to the...
I've spotted something interesting.
It doesn't seem to work here.
It's the prey once more.
Choice is never wisest. Considerations will behove you. The crypt or library, both may move you. A hurried choice is never wisest. Away, away, we fly. My heart does leap to the away, away.
Well, what's this I've spotted?
Hallowed be these crypts. Endeavor goddess, greetings, wanderer. What brings you to this house of the goddess during these troubled times? A what? No, certainly not. I serve Astarte, our great goddess. A bishop of the source am I, in life and in death. I ought to box your ears and tie your black tongue. A source hunter, you say? And what does your mission entail exactly? Chasing down the ill and wounded, healed by source and executing them? That's impossible, absurd. Our Astarte is the great bringer of light, of order, of healing. No, I don't know what strange land you are from, wanderer, or why you've come to her temple to spread such lies and gossip, but I think it best if you take your blasphemy elsewhere. The goddess's home, of course, her house of worship. Here she'll return when she's finished her great work. Yes, when she returns, she'll rejoin her beloved and loving flock here in this very temple.
You want to fly? You away with...
These flames bite deep.
The inferno devours me!
I prefer to drown my sorrows in ale. Careful, comrade. I think I sense a sword. Ready to advance, ready to defend.
As good as a new penny.
Soldier, soldier, burning bright, where will you go? What will you see? The gold within, the sun above. Where will you go? What will you see? The gold within cannot be reached. My paths have all been mangled, breached. The gold within cannot prepare to bask beneath the sun. For your freedom you have won. I'll send you now, hold fast your party. Goodbye, and blessed be Astarte. Soldier, soldier, prepare.
Beware of the lost ones out there, wanderer. Their blood is pure.
Toasty.
Justice at last for my darling! Oh, since we avenge him, I will take whatever...
Hello again, or do a salutoin, as we say in our homeland.
Over here. Well, so good of you to drop by, my liege. As always, be welcome.
That doesn't look like your best work there, dear. You're tired, aren't you? I told you you'd be.
Please, Mara. Must you bother me at every turn? Well, you're a good boy, aren't you, Alfie? Bandit slayer of mine. Oh, yes you are. Yes, you are. So good of you to drop by, my liege. As always, be welcome.
Remember to take a break now and again, Bjorn. You know what the doctor said.
For the love of the gods, Mara, let it go.
Don't work too hard now, dearest. You've been hammering away for hours.
Mara, my sweet, I do wish you'd stop interrupting me. Did you see the way the guards look at you, Alfie? Oh, they daren't attack a brigand, but you do. So good of you to drop by, my liege. As always, be welcome.
That doesn't look like your best work there, dear. You're tired, aren't you? I told you you'd be.
Please, Mara. Must you bother me at every turn?
Remember to take a break now and again, Bjorn.
So good of you to drop by, my liege. As always, be welcome.
Over here, Hunter. It's me, Ahu.
Over here, Hunter. It's me, Ahu.
Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time?
Tell me, sweetie, do you have sunburn, or are you always this hot?
We should have asked the goddess to deal with it. But in this case, vengeance was swifter than her great hand.
You've got it backwards. We are her hand, and the goddess's hand spites any who work against the greater good.
Now there is a fine perspective. Hail the goddess's hand.
Come hither, sweetheart. Oh, if I had a star for every time you brighten my day, I'd have a galaxy in my hand.
We were lucky for the goddess's salvation, or we too would have fallen victim to Laurence's greed.
Defeat! May the goddess...
Goddess greetings, friend. Her greatness gave us fire, her greatness gave us earth, and my savvy brings you spells at the best rate in town. Come, give me your best offer.
Quite a fine skeleton beneath that hide of yours, isn't there? Yes, a lovely, sturdy thing. I bet it'll last 100 generations, if treated properly.
Watch where you're going. These beauties will pierce you to the bone. So, do you fancy a trade then? Come now, before my ale arrives.
were lucky for the goddess's salvation, or we too would have fallen victim to Lawrence's greed.
Fiend, may the goddess stomp him beneath her fiery feet for eternity.
Well said. Let's see him buy his way out of her fire fury. Tell me, sweetie, do you have someone, or are you always this one?
Over here, sweetie. Oh, I'm
You're the air swifter than her great.
Source Hunter, welcome, welcome. But certainly, what would you like to know? Oh, I'm but a wizard. My task upon this earth is to you see, to my great regret, none of... Oh, but that's such to be out. But of course it's handy to... Oh, that I'm my own wizard, you know. By all means. I can't say much more, but that... And what might those be? So the Spark Master... Oh, a mere... What? What? Ah, yeah. I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter. Ah, yes, that was a small fib on my part, I'm afraid. Zandalore is known as the Keeper of the Source, after all. And I didn't know how Source Hunters would react to my association with such a colorful character.
Still, one can't help but...
What's the word, Source Hunter? I believe the answer to that begins centuries ago, when your order was still cutting down so-called dark magicians by the dozens. Ours was a family of born sorcerers, you see. It was in our blood to interact with Source, but our parents were determined to curb the power within us. Still, their meekness wouldn't save them from the Source Hunters. I am, but there is more to our kind than they teach at your academy. Source isn't only blood and madness. It's like lightning, an exquisite current of great power. We sorcerers are like metal steeples. Source is drawn to us and it flows through us. But what so many fail to understand is that Source can be controlled. The power drunk through history have abused it, and all the world's sorcerers have borne terrible consequences. Tell me, Source Hunter, in all your hours studying the arcane arts, Did your great masters ever suggest that perhaps not all sorcerers were evil? Did you ever hear, even once, that some of us were weak and gentle? That we could be simple forest folk healing the sick and frozen each winter? No. I doubt also that they'd mention that one day this hunt of yours would birth a broken soul powerful enough to inch all of Rivellon toward oblivion. No, that would be going too far and eschewing my own responsibility. I believe Leandra's long fall down did begin at the hands of some of your own order, but it was I who sparked all of this. They came on a quiet morning. My mother was wild with fright and commanded me to hide myself and Leandra outside, among the trees. Even at that young age, we knew not to question her. We climbed high into the branches of a nearby tree, and before we could look away, our parents were cut down without ceremony before our door. The source hunters sauntered away, wiping their blades with pride. 2 more sorcerers dead, a job well done. From that moment on, everything was different. As we trembled in that tree, our fear and our desperation were so potent that the magic within us began to weave together. Our souls became forged together, our bond unbreakable. We would survive, thrive even, within those woods, never speaking to outsiders. Our soul forge meant that if one of us were to die, the other would instantly perish too. We kept one another close. Leandra's capacity was enormous. Source didn't frighten her, and she delved into that dark well with terrible regularity. I did my best to guide her, but she fast outgrew my admonitions. My sister and I were mired in a solitary existence, witches among the trees when Zandalor came. Leandra especially couldn't leave him be. He was a feast of information, and she wouldn't rest until she'd absorbed every bit of knowledge he offered. Their days were spent on charms, hexes, and the like. At night, Leandra would wander off to practice what she'd learned, and Zandalor and I would settle into our quiet tasks, side by side. We were a content trio, the 3 of us, but base impulse would undo us. As you know, Leandra and I were soul-forged. This offered us a window into one another's souls. I knew Leandra had developed feelings for Zandalor, and she knew I had too. But it was me to whom he confessed his love. Those quiet evenings together had captured his heart, as they had mine. Her heart broke the moment we announced our new attachment, and I felt the pain of it as sharply as a knife. She fled, without a word, and I didn't see her for 2 terrible years. My connection to her, our soul forge, grew weaker. It was as though some third entity, a parasite, were atop our souls, sucking the strength from it day by day. So that's her plan. She intends to summon Astarte and the Void Dragon and overwhelm the goddess with an unstoppable army. With Astarte gone, there will be nothing to stop the Void from consuming all of Rivellon. Our mission is greater than us, greater than Leandra, Source Hunter. It is a quest to save all of existence from eternal blackness. Her plan must not succeed. Sister, what have you done? Why? It seems you're more than caught up, aren't you? You've already got the spell and the blood, both of which we'll need, if the spell is to be believed, to slice through Leandra's army of Death Knights. Remarkable. That means we've only to find Zandalor now. Long ago, when Source was banished, a league of great men and women promised to protect its secrets. The Keepers of the Source, they called themselves. Our wizard is its last living member. That night in the King Crab Inn, Leandra was after something that only he knew. Find him, and you'll learn where to find her. He lives in Hunter's Edge, a village east of Lucula. When last I saw him, he was in a panic about Leandra's betrayal. It's possible that he'll have flown Hunter's Edge. You may need to investigate to find a hint of his whereabouts. Take this ring. It will mark you as my ally. If you should find Xandalore, he'll know I sent you. I cannot condone the terrible things she's done, but I can seek to understand them. With our soul forged in such tatters, I believe Leandra is adrift in the not at all inconsiderable sorrows of our lives. What's more, I sense a terrible force bearing down upon the bond between us. It is hungry, and it consumes ever more of Leandra's mind and soul. I cannot say exactly what this force might be, but I'm certain it's both driving me out and driving Leandra on. If I could only repair the forge, I'm certain she'd put a stop to this madness. Gods, Death Knights, this is dreadful news. Fortunately, you're 2 steps ahead of my sister. That spell you've crafted will render her army utterly vulnerable. She'll not be able to hide behind Tenebrium and dark magic for long. You're 2 steps ahead of my sister, Source Hunter. That spell you've...
Fire! Brims, like the imp said to the ballista operator. Shoot! I don't know if but of course so, Gap, wouldn't it? Just like from what I ruins. Neither do I. This in turn, we may not understand. Lone swell, yet perhaps you can quite she and I are quite glad. Indeed, I sufficed only. What no more? Leandra. Indeed, I suffice only. What no more? Leandra. Imp slayer, blood craver, void seeker. All round lovely lass, ain't she? Did you? Most wonderful. Could I have a quick read? Yes. Crikey, Dragon of the Void, She doesn't mess around now, does she? The Temple of the Source. I've heard of such a place, buried deep within the forbidden confines of a cursed phantom forest. That is where your travel should take you, east of the Laguna Woods, even though death hangs over that place like a ghostly fog. But first, you should go to Hunter's Edge, the village that borders those haunted woodlands. That is where Xandalore lives. The wizard Leandra is hunting. He is knowledgeable of the source, and his capture by the Void Seekers would be catastrophic indeed. Of all the wicked things, the one substance that can stand in the way of the Void, and she's turning it into vessels of blight. You'll have to redouble your efforts, my friend. You'll have to find more Starstones before she does, and forestall her insidious distortions. Those scallywags! They are diluting Starstone with blood magic? Vile fiends! This sect, it must be stopped. Their adulteration of Starstone could hamper our efforts to undo the Void. You have to trace this sect back to the very pit where it burrows. Bloodstone. The horror. Magic as dark as this. It feeds the Void where we seek to starve it. Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot! How did you find Heimerheim this time?
How might I serve our mission? The tapestry of time has not been struck by flaming debris. Ask, and I shall answer, if I can. I am, perhaps, am I the, alas, a hidden, I believe, what it is, I reside, and yet, quite so, I do not, but I think, know that, but sudden new these star stones. How might I serve our mission?
What an impressive room!
Deo crime, fore dua. You. It cannot be you. But it can only be you. The guardians. Those I deceived. Those that deserted me. But oh, how weak you have become. As weak as you used to be strong. Look about you. You used to lead, and now you follow, ignorant of your faults and ignorant of your fate. That it has come to this. Woe to the world that it has come to this. He won't believe me, the fiend. But they have come, as I prayed they would. Could they?
Chip. Back again? Oh, cool.
Who do you think that creature in there was?
I haven't forgotten the end of the eerie business.
Oh, you! It's you, yes, quite. Oh, it's nothing a few furnaces and gear.
Zandalore have always been close, Arthur. Pray tell me, did you know anything about his affair at the King Crown?
Come now. Do you really think he'd let me in on it in advance if he'd been planning an affair with your sister?
I am the last test. The last test that...
Or two about slinking around between the shadows.
Divines doubly bless you, friend.
Back on my feet again.
What are you thinking? Get up. Get up, Daddy.
Southeast to Hunter's Edge, north to Incomparable Suffering. Well then.
Southeast it is. For now.
need to dry off.
I spy two little eyes. Oh there, a word of warning, wanderer, afore you continue on your merry way. See these corpses here? Be a good fellow and take them as a hint that this town isn't the pastoral little paradise it once was. Immaculates, orcs and humans both, have taken Hunter's Edge. Its villagers are now slaves in the mines to the west, or they've been bled dry of their last drop of life, reduced to mere fuel that must light the wicked candle that is bloodstone. Long as you live in the limbo between coming and going, though, why not have a look at what I have to sell? You'd be surprised to see what a scouring skeleton can gather together in a dying town.
Hey, you! Come on, time's a wasting. 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 Hey, you! Come on, time's a wasting.
I know the weapons of which you speak. I've even hidden away a piece of one myself. I had planned to pass it down to my son, but... Or maybe you could make better use of it now?
Hey, you! Come on, time's a wasting.
Yeah! Well, don't go round angering Immaculates if you want to keep your vitals intact. Though perhaps it won't be very long before they have a stab at one another's vitals instead. I have the feeling there's trouble brewing between the orcs and the humans in there, and who can blame them, really? Just ain't natural for them to consort, I say. Only good orc... Well, you know how the phrase goes. Can't say I remember who I was before the change came over me, but these days I'm a travelling trader of sorts. There's an immaculate necromancer in the village ahead. She's the one who brought me back from, well, wherever I was. She's an especially bright one, you know. Most necromancers can only revive a dead corpse into an animated one, but she manages to yank back some semblance of consciousness too. I don't remember much, but the thrill of trade certainly calls to me. Maybe I was a merchant in my former life, who knows? These days, most undead are busy haunting Sesija or picking the way in the Lucula mines. But I keep a low profile and stay out of sight. Haven't been bothered by an immaculate yet, and I hope to keep it that way.
Potent heat.
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
You can speak. You don't look like a tribesman or orc, but I suppose I can't be certain. Then again, I've never heard of a dark soul gifted with the speech of the wild. Jinxica is my name, and until recently I lived a placid sort of life among the people of Hunter's Edge. The baker might leave me a bit of milk left over from this breakfast. The barkeep stroked my back between filling glasses.
Or just a few yards of intestine. Now I missed my nose. Must smell like delicious spit roast round here.
I had many friends here, but none so dear as a little trio. A married pair and their daughter, employed by the wizard to keep his home. They spent many long hours squashing fleas that plagued me and shared their warm beds with me each night.
I wonder what the orcs want with all this bone. Make a chandelier, most like. And a very ostentatious one it'll be. I spy two little eyes, all smashed to bits against the wood. An intact finger! Just what that deviant of an orc was looking for.
If you come to this village to help and not to harm, you might be able to save those 3 kind souls from the orcs that have invaded. Ugh, such misery in our sad town. A kind but private man he is. He set up his home here several years ago, but never remained there long enough before jetting off to tend to some matter or other. The Dark Invaders seem very interested in him indeed. They've been skulking around outside the house since they arrived, but not even one of their filthy vermin can penetrate the wizard's protective enchantments. Would that an invasion were all! They destroyed every crumb of life they could find and sent their filthy rats to seek out those who evaded them. Each life they took infused their strange stones with power. Their queen glowed with delight as a parade of victims were slain before her. It was as though she was taking in a beautiful song. The human tribe came shortly after. They had their own supply of the glowing stones, and the orc queen took no easy liking to them. Still, it seems they are working towards some similar goal. They haven't destroyed one another. Yet. They've survived this carnage so far by concealing themselves most cleverly. I've done my best to guard their hiding place from the slime-bellied rats attempting to sniff them out. But I fear my efforts aren't enough. Until the village has been rid of vermin, those 3 sweet souls may be found at any time. Savages by savages employed. The orcs have one among them. The rat catcher, they call him, who claims to have trained rats to do his bidding.
They've swarmed the place in search of hidden villagers, and unless every last one of them is split from tail to snout, they're sure to find my friends. But you're not like the brutes inside those walls. No, you approached me with hand, not boot, outstretched. Perhaps you could help me. With these rats running about, it's only a matter of time before my friends are caught. They must be squashed, every last one of them. I've done my best so far, but there are simply too many for one set of claws to handle. With your help, though, with your help, it could be done. The rats gone, my friends safe. Oh, that bothersome old Tom. No, he and I are hardly friendly, much less friends. I've much more important things on my mind than him and his incessant pestering. I can slip through these walls as I please, but you'll need to find your own way into the village. And remember, my friend, kill every last rat you find, or 3 dear souls will be lost.
I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter. Ah, yes, that was a small... I'm watching on with weary eyes how the Immaculates strike again. They've gone from shedding blood among their own to recruiting orcs and cutthroats to do it for them. From what I can tell, the village of Hunter's Edge is this cult's most wretched victim. It was once a quiet sort of village. Families and small-time merchants mostly. Recently, it was targeted by a tribe of orcs waving the Immaculate banner. Their leader, Grutilda, is known far and wide for her cruelty and cunning. She oversaw the murder of countless villagers and used their blood to fuel a great number of bloodstones. Once they were dead, they were reanimated as undead corpses and sent to work in the mines of Lacula. By order of Leandra, the orcs were joined by a tribe of humans from the northern peaks of Tanneroth. A band of male warriors are they, and they devote allegiance to their leader, Jarl. Jarl arrived with his own formidable supply of bloodstones, which means his tribe has been operating under directions from the conduit for some time. Where once they ransacked for base pleasure and material gain, now they do it by the will of the goddess. These are far from the blindly devoted Immaculates of Silverglen, however. The orcs and the humans here alternate between bitter fighting and hostile peace. Personally, I believe they're best exploited through their rivalry. Get them to fight each other, and you can stand on the sidelines and warm yourself upon the flames. He has a residence at the far end of town. Though I have my doubts he's having people over for tea now that the Immaculates have landed. Know that Zandalor is wily, so beware. If a wizard doesn't want you in his home, you'll know it. Pity the intruder that heedlessly tries to waltz his way into that dwelling. Nevertheless, his house is the very place you'll want to search. The accumulated knowledge stored there is quite phenomenal, and beyond a doubt, one of Leandra's most urgent pursuits.
Ruptured, trampled through. To think I could have made a fortune selling all of these to a whimsical taxidermist.
Oh, I could do with a cold drink. I'd prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
An intact finger. Just what that deviant Lord was looking for.
It's heating up.
You there, Flatlander. Stay at your business. Baking like a cake. Come to play now the town's been taken of you. Typical you Flatlanders. Lucky for you, the goddess don't discriminate against cowards. Well, come quickly then. There's still townsfolk on the loose, and the chasers probably made them wild as cornered dogs. One might pop out of a bush and take an eye before you can shout your own name. Better you first check in with the higher-ups. You've got Jarl, the righteous leader of Weird the Mountain, and blood-stained Gratilda, queen dog of the giant toads. Trust me, you'll know her when you see her. Now scram, and make your introductions before word gets to them there's an intruder here.
My kingdom for a dry shirt! Comrade, did you hear that? It sounds like these Immaculates are at odds with the local orc savages. We may be able to turn this to our advantage. I'll keep a sharp eye out for anything we could use to nudge these factions closer to chaos. If we can get them to destroy each other, we'll kill two birds without even having to pick up a stone. Nothing would please me more than seeing Hunter's Edge cleared of the scum that destroyed it. I may not be able to undo the past, but together we can dole out justice for those who've suffered.
We'll see who'll end up beneath those boots.
Is that what you call those thimbles on your toesies?
Can't come to work today, boss. I've got the human, and it's itching like mad.
What? Afraid to address your betters, are you?
I ain't afraid of a single frog-skinned one of you.
Blasted mosquitoes. Never a moment's peace with these filthy vermin buzzing in me. Oh, brother, I've crossed me pests. 'Tweren't a tiny winged bloodsucker whining at me, but a tiny-footed one. Brother, I think the human's asking me a question. Think I ought to tell the tiny pest who I am? Or I tell her I lost us all in a scuffle with another ickle human? Maybe it was this one's brother. That pesky bugger might have got me on, but I've got something too. His wee head.
It never rains, but it pours, eh?
And it's itching like mad.
What? Afraid to address your betters, are you?
I ain't afraid of a single frog-skinned one of you.
Then why not stand up and face me, boy? One on one.
Keeping the peace for now.
The other rats are all fleeing. There's got to be a more subtle way to exterminate these pests. Poison ought to do the trick, but I'm fresh out of cheese-flavored deadly nightshade.
These rats seem important to the Immaculate. If I'm going to exterminate them, I've got to find a better way to do it.
On the mend!
Potent heat.
I ain't afraid of a single frog-skin one of you.
Then why not stand up and face me?
They're keeping the peace for now. Chief's orders. That other tusk's yours to keep in the meantime.
Then so. Y'all can't stand up and vote in his own tribe getting ripped to shreds, can you? Poor fellow. Living in fear.
What a deluge!
Into the fray once more.
Big ugly brute making me do his dirty work. I bet his skull would make a lovely...
Look here! Look at you! How I admire one whose head is lodged so firmly upon their shoulders, like a spire that rests upon the breadth of its foundations, one and indivisible. Not I, alas. I fare not so. For I may replace my battered cranium as jauntily as a wizard may his hat. Just consider some of these examples here before me. How I admire this one's kingly brow, that one's exquisite jaw, yonder one's deep-set sockets that held a warrior's eyes. Why make a permanent choice? Why not cater to the occasion as called for? I would, but for the question, where does the soul reside? And so I ask, where are you? O ephemeral soul, if in a tooth you may be pulled, if in an arm you may be broken, where are you, O delicate monstrosity? As have we all. Townsfolk would sit on these benches and talk about their day. Children would sprinkle water at one another and snigger. Now their mouths neither talk nor snigger any longer. And all that is sprinkled about is blood. Days pass me by no longer, only the dreams of what was, but can never be again. Surely you jest when you question this question's importance. Say I opt for that there fair-featured sovereign of a skull. What happens if another soul lies therein sequestered? If I play the part of the aforementioned wizard, and swap its rugged lineaments for the feeble ones that are my own, who shall I become? I, yes, who is I then? Were I sure that the soul houses within the chest, within one's little toe for all I care, I would fret not so. But the certainty I long for remains as impossible to find as one specific raindrop in the rain. You, oh, I beg of you, have you not the answer?
You needn't worry. Unlike our heads and our bodies, it is we and our souls that are one and indivisible.
I concur. Pick a new skull if you want one. It's not going to change who you are in the least.
Why was I so blind? The soul is not of the body, it is of the spirit. A new skull I shall have, but same person I'll remain. Oh, the agony of choice. I think I'll opt for the one with the kingly brow. What? Where in the blazes? The last I knew was an orc coming at me with an axe.
The dog looks up at you with misery-ridden eyes. Its tail doesn't wag, and when it tries to bark or speak, only silence reaches your ears.
What are you doing lingering around here anyway, human?
Brutilda doesn't tell
The
you
dog
anything.
hangs its head, then looks north. Filled with fury, it barks noiselessly in the direction of the forest.
I need to dry off.
I haven't got a hole in my pocket, have I? Dunce probably lost the bloody thing up his own arse. You better run the lead in case I'm not soon. Thought you said it was me who pocketed it. How in the second heaven am I supposed to know what you did with the damn thing? One side. I ain't got time for chatting till I find the damn thing. What does that matter? Quit buzzing in my ear before I squash you like we did the rest of the pests in this blasted place. The key to the armory, of course. Hasn't that frog-skinned oaf been roaring about from here to the warehouse? You'd be too if you'd misplaced something of Gratilda's. I once saw her skin her own foot soldier alive for mispronouncing All-Mother. And he'd only done it after she'd knocked his teeth out for sneezing in her presence. What's worse is, the coward's blaming his troubles on me, only because I happened to be passing by when he noticed his armory key was missing. I'd tell him to piss off and be on my way, but he threatened to tell Gratilda it's me who stole it. Somehow, I doubt I'll get to tell my side of things before my head was shorn clear off.
We'll make it out of here. Together.
Not a damn thing in all the 12 hills of hell. This idiot orc has no idea where he's lost the damn thing. So he's taken to blaming me, a passerby. It's just like an orc to save his own skin by flaying someone else.
Above anything.
Well. Thought you could get away with it, did ya? Don't look so confused, Pinky. The armory key. Hand it over. Painting my toenails pale lilac, of course. What does it look like, you ape? I'm hunting for a missing key. I'm the All-Mother's right hand. If there's something she needs done by someone she knows can do it, I'm the one she calls. This little key ordeal, don't change that. It's small, metal, fits in a keyhole. Help us look or shove off, will ya? I've got to find the key before the old mother finds out it's missing, or she'll carve a spear at me right tusk.
Key to the armory is missing. It could prove rather worth our time to find it.
You know damn well I wouldn't touch anything of yours with a tenner.
Our residents screams to be near you. But I've learned to keep it quiet, and you've got to do the same.
Believe it for a moment.
I do know it, old freak. I do. But I cannot trust my own mind. For me to feel this way about anyone.
Yes, all mother, I'll say. The human's the one who took it.
A freak.
It's history's so-called freaks who mark it. If we can survive this, we can survive anything.
I haven't got a hole in my pocket, have I?
How long till we not just survive it, but live it?
I can't
Big ugly brute.
it never rains but it pours,
I
eh?
haven't got a hole in my pocket, have I?
What are you playing at, Toadskin? Watch how you address us, you betters. You did hear how Onla's Gorag got his name after all.
Yeah, piss off then. Go and gab amongst yourselves like a pair of chickens, why don't ya?
It's all mother. What are you doing? Are you around here anyway?
I could ask the same of you, small bones. I don't go stopping up to you in the ballet class demanding to know which pirouette you're doing next, do I?
It's all
What? That's disgusting. A tiny pink-fleshed human and an orc like myself? Why, I've got eyes for the great Gratilda alone.
Uli, we can't hide forever.
Hide what? You think this stranger knows anything about the two of us, old freak? I tell you now, that twerp don't know a thing.
Enough, Uli. Enough. Surely this stranger has no reason to put us in harm's way. We're all sworn immaculates here, are we not? There are certain secrets that perhaps we, beneath the goddess's eye, may share in good faith.
What are you doing lingering around here anyway, human?
Gratilda doesn't tell you a thing, does she?
Well, first thing you have to understand, we orcs aren't made to love it all. Nah, we're born devoted to our queen, and to her we turn all our attentions. To seek fulfillment outside the queen's graces, well, it's a treason committed only once in a red moon among we orcs. And the penalties, a terrible death. When we first took the village, I couldn't tell Orfrig apart from the rest of the pink little ants scurrying about. A human was a human, as far as I was concerned.
As for me, Ulor stood out right away. The curve of his horns, his regal bearing. He was fascinating. I'd never seen an orc as anything but an enemy, but suddenly I couldn't keep my eyes off this great green brute. I suppose my staring was rather conspicuous.
You suppose? Oh, I thought you were aiming to slit my throat the way you were watching me.
I couldn't help myself. It was almost supernatural. But when Ulor marched over to me, club in hand, to address my strange behaviour, something happened.
Love at first sight, if you can believe it. I came over aiming for a fight, but all I found in Ulfric's eyes was, well, whatever it was, it hasn't left me since.
Please, if you've any mind for sparing two fellows a terrible fate, you'll swear to keep our secret to yourself. We've committed no sin greater than experiencing a love as sweet and pure as any. But if we were discovered, it would mean certain death for us both.
Thought you said it was me. How in the second heaven am I supposed to know what you did with the damn thing? I haven't got a hole in my pocket, have I?
We swear it indeed. We'll not see anyone harmed for daring to love.
Big ugly brute making me do his dirty work. I bet he's...
And so let us speak the oath. Your secret is safe with us.
Friend, your words are a great relief to my beloved and I can't explain how or why we found these feelings, but there's one thing I know for certain. We are no traitors, and our service to the cause remains true. Your discretion is worth its weight in gold. Goddess bless you.
It's all mother, I'll say. The humans the one who took it.
Ah, I'm tripping.
It's all mother, I'll say. The humans.
judged a few grand.
By the wings of Freo Fulldon, I bet my left ear there ain't no cellar here. You there! Any cellars popping out the woodwork in your watch?
Plates and rubbish. I ain't a bleeding maid.
Ain't there something behind here?
Hey, do you already check beneath these boards? Any sign of them?
None here. No hint of that secret cellar either. Who would have thought Flatlanders would be so clever?
Well, keep looking. We'll rip out every board if need be. Chief's orders.
The orcs tore through this place like wild pigs.
There's nothing to find in this bleeding dump. Where could a gaggle of scared things get to?
I thought the same about that villager's kneecap. Is this one of them fancy scribble pages?
I need to dry off.
Trusting myself.
Never rains, but it pours, eh?
Now there's an idea.
Ah, check.
Good car.
This is taking bloody ages. I need a drink and a breather.
I've spotted something interesting.
You there! The armory's off limits, you hear? Take another step and you'll be looking for your teeth at the end of a rainbow. Because it's a goddamn crime scene, isn't it? Our bloody bloodstones were stolen. The old bloody lot of them. Everybody's pointing their grubby little fingers at Garrick because he was on guard duty at the time. Yeah, it may be a tad suspicious that now he's missing, but I'll eat pig ball soup if he had anything to do with it. I mean, just look at this shattered door. There's Orc Headbutt written all over it. But I'm done talking about this mess. Ask Jarl if you're so bloody interested.
No, go screw yourself with a rusty
Well,
face,
what's
white
this
lord.
I've spotted? I'd prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
Discounts on magical.
I need to dry off.
By the God! You may be a Flatlander, but you could be of some use yet. Sneak up behind Grotilda and stick a dagger in it.
Well, what's this I've spotted?
Fortune!
Hey, conduit's orders. Best not to get on her bad side. You know that.
Yeah, but her orders don't show my feet,
You go find yourself a sheep if you're so bloody hot and bothered.
A sheep? Well, I've got children. And I do hurt children. I want to George's back here, not back to
This is taking bloody ages. I need a drink and a breather. Clean out. What am I? A goddamn scullery maid. By the goddesses, tits, I'm parched.
Then shut your mouth and go get us some wine, why don't you?
Now there's an idea with a ring to it. I'll be right back.
If this is to be believed, the spirits of those skeleton traders I know have been trapped in dark places.
I don't want to prevent it. That's no reason to keep ignoring it.
treasure!
Did someone leave an oven door open?
Cheers. Though I wish there were other...
What a deluge!
I told you it was a mistake to hold them in alongside the men. What a stupid thing to do.
Hey, Conduit's orders. Best not to get on her bad side. You know that.
Yeah, but her orders don't go my fever.
Then go find yourself a sheep if you're so bloody hot and bothered.
Well, what's this I've spotted? I've spotted something interesting. I've spotted something.
Well, by the boot soles of Burl Boonhammer, what have we here?
Another human in Hunter's Edge. State your business, whelp.
Huge discounts on magic.
Hail, Immaculate. By the sickle of Tyr Gut Gouger, I'm glad to see another human face here in Hunter's Edge. Not yet another misshapen orcish snout.
If you fancy keeping that human face of yours, I wouldn't take my cues from the chief of the mountain apes. I may have sworn to refrain from carving my name across his back, but yours, I do believe, is free for the taking.
Regular ray of sunshine, isn't she? Don't let her manners fool you, though. Her disposition may be dark, but her wit is bright. Bright and devious. Believe me when I tell you that she's plotting against us as we speak, and would have long given the order to spill our blood if she wasn't leashed by the orders of the Conduit herself. But by the shield of the Stormbringer, she'll not outfox the sworn brothers of Tanarath. And I sincerely hope she won't outfox the likes of you either. You belong to the Silverglen tribe, I take it. Thought you were all holed up in Highbehind, but it pleases me to see some of your number have come to Hunter's Edge. Yes, an outsider not as yet distrusted by the orcs is exactly what I need in the matter of the missing bloodstones and the matter of the wizard's house. But let's talk in my headquarters over yonder, for by the beard of the Bear Slayer there are too many green ears around here.
By order of the All-Mother, huge discounts on magic baubles.
By the goddesses, tits, I'm parched!
Then shut your mouth and go get us some wine, why don't you?
Soak to the
Now
skin!
there's an idea with a ring to it. I'll be right.
Finally! Jack 'em!
May your sword never sully, and your shield never shatter.
What are you, a beggar?
This is taking bloody ages.
I am Jarl Woodokson, father among brothers, son among the mountains. Me and mine hail from the snow-capped heights of Tanarath, the very thrones of the world. Our lives are devoted to the hunt. Every town and every city we find, we plunder and burn and put to the sword. Sacrifices are they all to the might of the mountains, tokens of reverence to the power of the peaks. Gods we have plenty, of war, of death and of victory. But now, a goddess we have too. Aye, we have seen the workings of Bloodstone, and loyal are we to she who unites in blood. By the teeth of Kjell Wolfjaw, as immaculate shall we rule the world. The Conduit asked us to do what we do best, invade and destroy. She set us on our way with a store of Starstones, ready to be charged, and once made into Bloodstones, sent to you folks in the mines of Luculla.
We didn't know Grutilda's dogs had beat us there by a half-day, but no matter. There was still plenty of strays to be caught and bled by the time we arrived. Now all that's left is finding a way into the wizard's house. The conduit's looking for something inside.
Now we're here waiting for further orders from the conduit herself. She's gone into the Phantom Forest nearby, but we expect to hear from her shortly. I only hope we'll have the matter of the missing bloodstones sorted by then. I'll not have a soul saying we of the mountain failed to follow through.
The bloodstones are the reason we came here in the first place. The conduit has need of starstones imbued with human blood, so she can create her Death Knights. Both the Brotherhood and the Orcs were given their share of stones, and we filled them to the brim with blood, then stored them for the conduit to collect when she returns from Phantom Forest. Last night, though, someone raided this very building and disappeared with our stones. They were being guarded by Garrick Giantbane, a son of the mountain had in trust with my life. Grutilda says he ran off with the bloodstones, that he is a betrayer to the cause of Immaculates. But I know this to be untrue. The Orcs stole the stones. Of that I'm certain. Grutilda is hatching some plan, and we'll all be in dire straits indeed if it comes to fruition. Those stones make her powerful. Too powerful. We need them back. But every Orc eyes us peak dwellers with suspicion. That is why I ask of you to find proof. Proof that it was an Orc that did the deed. Once I have it, I have a reason to assault the Orcs without risking the wrath of the conduit. She'll not stand for theft among Immaculates. So find me that proof, and we'll slaughter the Orcs together.
Yeah, check. Go on.
Fine, fine, I'll check too. Now, let's see what
The Orcs? No, I respect their warlike nature, for it's like ours. I respect their lust for slaughter, for we share it with them. I respect their loyalty to their leader, for I am likewise respected by my brothers. But when push comes to shove, I'd flay them all, wear their skins, and never rest until the very last one of them lay at my feet with my broadaxe nestling in its belly. Why, you may ask? Why hate them when you and them are so alike? I hate them because we are alike. I hate them because I know ours is a hate they reciprocate with blazing fury. Like two dragons are we that must share a single lair. Can't be done. Sooner or later, talons will rise and fire burst forth until one is victorious and the other's flesh is used to celebrate the victory. So it is with the Sworn of Tanneroth, and so it is with the Orcs of the Wild. One day the battle must be. One day we will feast or be feasted upon. Grutilda is worshipped like a goddess by her troops, and she rules like a deity too. All-knowing, all-powerful and merciless. She's smart and ruthless, truly an opponent to be feared. Exactly the kind of opponent I like. The conduit was wise to go to the Orcs with promises of allegiance, for they are a force that few in Rivellon can withstand. But she also knows that the pact cannot last. She's well aware the Orcs will eventually go their own way, be they sworn Immaculates or not. She needn't fear them, of course. The conduit is constructing an army of warriors even the Orcs behold with dread. But it is we brothers of the mountains that may have to bear the brunt of their onslaught when things go sour. Grutilda knows the pact was never meant to last. She understands she's being used as a battering ram, as a tool to breach the gates and clear the path to triumph, only to be discarded by its operators when the true prize is in sight. She knows, and she's plotting her revenge. I can see it in those feral eyes of hers. She's surrounded by her elite. She whispers poisonous orders in the ears of her vile rat herder. No, it's no coincidence all her bloodstones have gone missing. By the hammer of Fjord Alkmount, I just know she's planning a nightmare. For her dreams are our tethers to suffer.
And with the spine breaker at her side, it's a terrible nightmare she's concocting. Aye, an orc so vile it has taken rats for pets. They swarm about him like fleas do the rest of his kind, but even they eye him with disgust. Nevertheless, it's my belief that unlike the other males among the orcs, he's no fool. He's a spy, a discoverer of secrets. Right now he's looking for the lost wizard servants, and gods protect them if he finds them. We would merely kill him. That rat lover on the other hand. Where we go, death is the horror that looms behind us. Where he goes, death is a mercy always out of reach. Gratilda's hulking, horrible dog, built like a brick house and with a mind as black as pitch. There's no indignity he wouldn't inflict on any man, woman, or child his mistress marked. Gratilda stores him above the tavern and sends him playthings one at a time. A sentence worse than death. I don't know much about him, to be frank, and I don't care to. The conduit says he's in possession of an artifact she needs, which is why we've been trying to gain entry to his house. But by the boots of our lag troll tramper, the key hasn't been forged yet that will unfasten the magical seals that encase that bedeviled sorcerer's abode. The deal is this. When we attacked Hunter's Edge, we and the orcs had the village completely surrounded to ensure no one could escape. The plan was a good one, for only some blacksmith and his wife managed to flee after their little demon of a pet bit an orc's arm off. The wizard and his servants eluded us, but we know that the servants at least are still hiding somewhere around town. We need to find those damn people so they can tell us how to gain entry to the wizard's house. My men have been searching the village non-stop, and the orcs have put their rat herder on the job. But we also have some surviving villagers holed up down in the cellar. An orc torturer, courtesy of Gratilda, has been trying to find out where the servants are hiding, but has no finesse whatsoever, and almost instantly kills his victims. We've offered to do it for him, but Gratilda remains adamant he's the best of the best. Maybe you'd have better luck, though, if you're up for a spot of torture.
This wizard must be Xandalor. Thankfully, these bloodthirsty brutes haven't found him yet.
Let's hope we catch up with him before they do.
Now for the flop. Jack of eight. Eight. Finally!
Great grim gods, comrade. The spine breaker. Norak, he's called. He's the bleeding brute. The green-faced gargoyle who... I must face him. Face him and destroy him before he can claim another victim.
Damn cards. Check.
Yeah, check. Go on.
Fine, I'll check too. Now, let's see what we have hiding under there. 6 of hearts!
That one's worth 10 coins for sure.
Damn it all to hell, I fold.
Come, let's see those cards.
Need 'em and weak, you amateurs.
What a stupid, sweaty swing. You beat me.
A personal vendetta. Is that what you call aiming to smite a monster whose own name is Spinebreaker? Comrade, I want that orc to pay for what he's done, but I also want to save his future victims from the fate I've seen firsthand.
Loud and foggy, well clear, sir.
Here, keep your eyes off my cards, Flatlander. Well, why not? The looting's done. There ain't much work to go round. A hand or two will take the edge off. Grab a chair and we'll deal you in. If you ain't afraid to lose your boots, we play for keeps.
Hey! Keep your hands off my cards, Flatlander. Well, why not? Then grab a chair.
Hey! Keep your eye, but why not? Grab a chair. Pointless.
Then
There
shut
isn't
your
even
mouth
anything
and go
left
get
worth
some
guarding
wine, why
in
don't
here.
you?
Now there's an idea with a ring to it. I'll be right
The
back.
cards are shuffled. Now, place your bets.
You the one Jarl sent in to replace the ham-fisted toadskin downstairs? About bloody time. The beast down there goes through prisoners like Gilda Godsword goes through suitors. A son of the mountain am I, and a blood brother of Jarl besides. Chief placed me in charge of guarding the hatch to the prison cellar. Knows I won't hesitate to split the throat of any man or orc who tried to come or go without Jarl's say-so. Jarl gave you the old clear to try your hand, did he? All the better. That big brute downstairs hasn't the faintest idea what he's doing. Clubs witness after witness over the head, smashing him to bits before we can get so much as a word out of him.
On her bad side, you know that.
Yeah, marauders don't cure my fish.
Then go and find yourself a sheep if you're so bloody hot and bothered.
I'll not tell you a thing. Do what you will.
Shut your mouth or I'll shut it for you. Get back in there.
Shut tight. All is right.
Kill me now, then. Go on, do it.
My assignment? Well, we guards are Jarl's eyes and ears, see? We keep watch over these prisoners, sure. But we listen in on the goings-on inside the torturer's chambers, too. Never know what them greenskins could be withholding. Not to mention the way they keep the armory under lock and key. Like we was working for them, you know? The man in charge is a great green goon, an orc named Law. At his right hand, he's got a snivelling little goblin named... well, I reckon it don't much matter. Their heavy-handed inquisition has killed so many prisoners. We're down to our last few out of a score or more. Amateurs. Standard fare. Frightened, good-for-nothing weaklings if I ever saw them. There's 2 in lockup now, with a 3rd getting the treatment on the torturer's rack. I say, if we don't find out something useful soon, all this trouble will have been for naught. Gruntilda keeps it locked tighter than a chastity belt, she does. I sometimes wish Chief hadn't granted so many of her bleeding demands. But I suppose he thought it better to keep the peace. One of her soldiers has got the key to the place. Myself, I've never seen the inside. Wouldn't surprise me a bit to hear the orcs are keeping the best of the spoils to themselves. Eager to get out, are you? You won't look so shiny-eyed when that big mean orc comes for you.
Go on, do it.
Excuse me. You seem a kindlier sort than these guards. Please, have you heard anything of our dear Nolan?
I'll tell you a thing. Do what
They
you
took
will.
him some time ago, and we've been hearing such terrible sounds coming from the other cell. Hello again, stranger. Do you often visit the condemned in their cells? He's a wonderful lad, loyal as they come, and he was our spiritual beacon during these dark times. Some say he's got the sight. You know, the power of deep seeing. I think that's why they took him. Nolan does have a reputation for, well, for knowing things. And they must assume he knows where the wizard's servants are hiding.
Hello again, stranger. Do you often visit the condemned in their cells? He's a wonderful lad, loyal as they come. And he was a...
Here to take over for those half-wits, are you? Thank the goddess's gilded garter. Now we'll get some progress underway. My assignment? Well, we guards are Jarl's eyes and ears, see? We keep watch over these prisoners, sure, but we listen in on the goings-on inside the torturer's chambers, too. Never know what them greenskins could be withholding. The Gruntilda, one of us...
What's going on in there? It sounds awful.
Are you gonna get out, are you? You won't look so shiny-eyed when that big meat comes for you.
Shut tight, all is right. What a mess! Isn't there a tidier way to do this?
Ah, law cannot work in these conditions. Smash is arts. Law need peace. Law are a craftsman of blood, breaker of bone. Who you?
Yes, pigskin. Who are you to question we who preside over the tender skin of traitors?
I'll not tell you a thing. Do what you will.
Law only halfway through creative process. Law won't stop now.
Of course, Law, of course. Though I do wonder what this pigskin thinks he can do better than you or I.
Human bleed better than us. Human squish flat better than us.
You can poke my eyes out with that great gnarled horn of yours. I won't talk.
A challenge, you say? Why, Law, that could be rather interesting, don't you think? Let this human kneel before the splendor of your expertise.
Law make human crumble. Law make human beg. Law face any challenge with one hand behind his back. Goblin smashing, assistant crushing. Law ready to face anything there.
Well, Law, for the sake of space, perhaps we'll confine this challenge to knowledge. I'll present a test of 4 questions. If our challengers can answer 3 correctly, they'll win the right to interrogate this and all villagers. If you answer 3 correctly, Law, you keep your title.
Shut tight, all is right.
I'll not tell you a thing. Do what you will.
Wait a second. Law not sure if he...
And so the test begins. Questions the first. You are asked to ascertain the location of a hidden stash of gold. Your source refuses to talk. What shape ought you carve into the source's belly to get what you desire? A ring of roses or a 4-pointed star?
You can poke my eyes out with that great gnarled horn of yours. I won't talk. I'll not tell you a thing.
Do what you like
what
with
you
us,
will.
you monsters.
Shut your mouth or I'll shut it for
you.
you. Get back in there.
Shut tight, all is right.
You can poke my eyes out with that great gnarled horn of yours. I won't talk.
What a mess!
What's going on in there?
Isn't there a tidier
Kill me
way
now.
to do this?
Go
You're gonna get out,
do
are
it.
you? You won't look so shiny-eyed when that big mean orc comes for you.
You can poke my eyes out with that great gnarled horn of yours. I won't talk.
What's going on in there? It sounds awful.
Are you gonna get out, are you?
Kill me now, then.
You won't
Go
look so
on, do it.
shiny-eyed when that big mean orc comes for you.
You can poke my eyes out with that great gnarled horn of yours. I won't talk.
Shut
A ring of roses.
Great gnarled horn of yours. I won't talk.
That's right. A ring of roses.
I see. And what does Law think?
Law thinks the human is correct.
Question the second. You've determined that the best way to compel your source to speak is not through manipulating his body, but his mind. You desire to induce nightmares so horrifying, he would do anything to escape their hold upon him. What do you drop upon his tongue to call forth these dream phantoms? Pus of troll's boil, or bile of banshee?
You can poke my eyes out with that great gnarled horn of yours. I won't talk.
Bile of Banshee.
That's right. Bile of Banshee.
You can poke my eyes out.
Kill the pigskin. Pardon me, habit you see. Your answer is noted. Law, what say you?
Human must be a good guesser. Law agrees.
Question the third. A source has been delivered to you, but time is of the essence. Which ought you to slice to make the source speak quickly? The lips or the nose?
The nose.
That's right. The nose.
A bold choice. And you, Sir Orc, what do you think?
Easy as goblin strangling. The human guessed right.
Now for the final test. Question the fourth. Once enraged bull scorpions have been applied to a source's face, how long does one have to extract information before the mouth swells shut? 3 long minutes or 30 short seconds?
Right, all is right.
3 long minutes.
That's right. 3 long minutes.
What a mess! Isn't there a tidy
What's
way
that?
to do-
Law was imagining turning a human into bloodstain. But, Law supposed his human answered right.
A tie, is it? Law, you must have forgotten to eat your bone meal this morning. To think, sharing a score with this pig's skin. I ought to alert Grutilda. Perhaps a bit less pressure.
This place
You can
reeks
poke
of
my eyes
blood.
out with that great...
Oh, wise and brilliant one. Come to teach us a thing or two about the ins and outs of torture.
I'll not tell you a thing. Do what you will.
You're a craftsman of blood.
Yes, pigskin. Who are you?
This again? Ow! Law can't concentrate with all these distractions.
Do it.
Perhaps a bit less pressure about the temples.
Do me up when law smash.
What a mess! Isn't there a tidier way to
I'll
do
not
this?
tell you a thing. Do what you will. I'll not tell you a thing. Do what you will.
Perhaps a bit less pressure about the temples.
Kill me now, then. Go on, do it.
Smash.
Agreed. Yeah. Oh, hello. Oh, wise and brilliant.
This again? Ow! Law can't concentrate with all these distractions.
I'll not tell you a thing.
Human silly chatter upset Law's craft. Law need break to regain his spirit. Law cannot smash and bash in this environment.
I won't talk. A fresh pair of hands, are you? Please, you must kill me now. I will withstand anything, and would rather die 1,000 deaths than offer a word to the enemy. Or what? You'll destroy me? I welcome it. But there's something different about you. You don't look like the savages that ransacked our town. In fact, you're like the wizard, aren't you? A being of great power, and certainly not one of darkness. Yes, you're here to help us, aren't you? Praise be!
Shut tight. All is right.
Get him to stop shouting or he'll blow our cover. Perhaps once he knows our true identity, he'll be willing to help us.
What a
If he's
mess.
done making a ruckus, perhaps he'll be willing to help us.
There's a tunnel in this cellar, known to most only through legend. Explore the back wall of the farthest room in this dank place and you'll find it. And if you can help me find freedom through the tunnel, I'd be willing... Well, I'd tell you how to find the wizard's servants. You've proven yourself no friend to the beasts who destroyed our town. Perhaps you can help those in hiding as you've helped me. Speaking of the others, have you spoken to the other prisoners locked in this terrible place? We mustn't leave them here to be discovered by a second wave of brutes. What's that? They're coming. They've heard us. They're coming. This chaos. Not you lot again. Oath and hissy, was it? This chaos. This not you lot again? Oath and hissy, was it? This savages. Back for more blood, are you?
You can do what you like with us, you monsters. Justice will find you in the end.
This savages. Back for more blood, are you? This not you lot again? Oath and hissy, was it? This not you lot again? Oath and hissy, was it? This not you lot again?
I'm seeing
Oath
red.
and hissy, was it? This chaos. This savages. Back for more blood.
Call me home.
Not again. Oath and hissy, was it? This chaos.
A stitch in time, eh, my friends?
This savages. Back for more blood, are you? This not you lot again? Oath and hissy, was it?
May your blood run with corruption.
This not you lot again? Oath and hissy, was it? This chaos.
For you?
Oath and hissy, was it? my heroes, and good riddance to you. Made short work of those monsters. If not for you, I'd likely have been trampled flat or crushed to pulp. I owe you my very life. If you can prove your goodwill, that is, if you can help me escape this terrible place once and for all, I'd tell you all. Perhaps if you can help me, you'll be able to help them too. The tunnel out is here somewhere, in the farthest room if my sight serves. But until those guards are dealt with, escape is utterly impossible. Free! I'm free!
Hello again, stranger.
Our saviour. I know not why you take pity on us, but I thank you for your kindness. But wait! We can't take a step toward freedom without Nolan. Have you seen him? They took him away quite some time ago, and we've been hearing terrible sounds. He lives! Oh, by the blessed Seven, we thank you. The terrible ordeal he must have gone through. But it's over now, isn't it? It's over now that the gods have sent a hero to save us. Before we were overrun by orcs, this prison was little used among we of Hunter's Edge. Still, there were always rumors that its cells couldn't hold captives for long. Some said they were swallowed up by a demon. They were only rumors, but perhaps there is a way to get us out of here.
Hello again, stranger. Before we were overrun by...
And good riddance to those hateful savages.
Dart of death never falls short. with this transgression. Dead and they answer.
Defeat them all in a blow.
Blow of victory!
I cannot thank you enough for dispatching those brutes. Hail, my heroes, and good riddance to those hateful savages.
What on earth? A tunnel? It must have been uncovered by prisoners long ago.
Who knows how many doomed
I cannot
it led
thank
to
you enough for
freedom.
dispatching those brutes. You made short work of those monsters. If not for you, I'd like... Please, you must help the others escape first. I couldn't live with...
Hello again, stranger. You've cleared the way? Our hero rises to every challenge. Bless you.
You made short work of those monsters. It's too good to be true. You found the tunnel then, and the other prisoners are already free? Well, let us be on our way. Quickly, before the beasts upstairs send reinforcements. All set. My hero, you've outdone yourself. Let us be on our way then.
More misery, more terror.
I'm growing too accustomed to the sight of corpses.
If we do our job, the...
Ready to advance, ready to defend. What?
More misery, more terror.
What news have you? Can we risk an escape? If you can prove your goodwill, that is, if you can help me escape this terrible first hell by torture, now by a tantalizingly close freedom, you'll make short work of that noxious fungi, won't you?
More misery, more terror.
I thought we'd left danger behind us.